Off the top of my head, I believe me, Zach, and Chris, obviously.
Oh, Chris is going to be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He wasn't sure. You.
Yes, I will be there.
Brandon, Ben. Those are the 6 that I'll call them definites, but who knows? I mean, Brandon said.
Man, can you really call Brandon a definite?
Well, he said he's in. He actually sent an email, and I haven't spoken to Ben about it in a little bit, but I think he'll be there.
Okay.
And then so maybe 1 or 2 more will trickle down, but we'll see.
All right. That sounds like fun. Does he have the Sunday DirecTV Red Zone?
He has,
package
he has
a couple
the Red
TVs
Zone.
set up.
2 TVs. We'll watch if the Pats are on at 1.
Right.
So we'll watch them on one TV. We'll watch the Red Zone on the other.
Right.
We'll talk about some food and.
Yes, I wanted to ask you, what should I bring, what should people bring? Drinks or food?
I'll send an email out this week. Pretty much BYOD drinks, I guess.
Bring your own dicks?
No, drinks. I'll bring your dicks too, just in case. And then for food, typically one of us will make food, but with a lot of people there, we might have maybe we'll order some pizzas or do something like that. So I'll send an email out to all the coaches who are going.
Excellent. I know a few coaches probably won't be coming, some of which may be a little bit holding their own little internal protest against certain other coaches regarding the fact that maybe they weren't coming to the league trip, so they're having a little, there might be a little.
That's okay.
A secret.
I forgive them.
So we'll see about that. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good time. I guess technically the first Dynasty event fall after the draft that, some of us will be getting together, so that should be fun. So on this show, we're going to go ahead and discuss Week 4. We're going to look ahead to Week 5. Then we will be welcoming Mr. Coach Ben Green of the Boston Loggers, and then we'll finally debuting, Bub, your idea, your segment here. This is your baby, the Call the Dynasty Podcast team segment. Obviously, we've been promoting it a lot, and we're finally here. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to open up the phone lines.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited.
Now let's take a look into last week's results. Who kicked some ass? Who sucked?
So, Bub, in Week 4, we saw, the North Riverdale Division yet again pretty much dominate the South Riverdale Division. We all know by now that the North is obviously far, far superior than the South. They actually won 4 out of the 2. The North went 4-2 against the South. It kind of reminds me of the.
I was one of the 2.
You were. But as far as when it comes to the North and the South, it's kind of like the Revolutionary War. The North
or the Civil War.
Yeah, or the Civil War. Sorry, shit. The Civil War. Thank you, Bubba. I feel like a horse's patoot. The Civil War, in the North and the South battled against each other.
Abe Lincoln.
And Abe Lincoln.
You're Abe Lincoln.
Speaking of Abe Lincoln, I just saw, we're going way off tracks here for a moment. I just watched one of the stupidest movies.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yes. I didn't give it a 1 out of 10 on my movie list rating. I gave it a 1.5 only because there were like a couple of cool action scenes.
Do you have a list of movies that you've rated?
I am literally, Bub, on my computer right now. I want you to ask that question again. Ask that question again.
Do you seriously have a list of movies and how you've ranked them?
Here, Bub, on the computer screen,
oh my God.
You will see and what is the title of this that you're seeing in front of you, Bub?
I'll read it. The official Scooper and Johnny C movie rating list.
Yep.
There's a rule book.
Describe what you're seeing.
There is an alphabetized list going by ranking. So, for example, there's a 10, a 9.5, 9,
all the way down,
etc. All the way. Do you have any zeros, or is it?
There's no zeros. 1 is the worst movie ever.
And I'm just gonna say, I'll name a couple of the ones here. Open Water. I heard that was pretty bad.
Yep.
Dude, Where's My Car? Oh, I thought that had some funny.
Nope. Over the Top is one. Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Yeah.
Volcano, with Tommy Lee Jones and Don Cheadle is horrific.
Time out. Wanted, is that the one that came out a couple years ago and they're assassins?
Yeah, that was horrible.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh. Well, this movie list is a lot of debate. We could spend a whole podcast on this. You see, there's other tabs there at the bottom of the spreadsheet.
Oh, goodness gracious, there are.
We broke this shit down by genre.
Yes.
This is me, Johnny C, and I. This is about a 6-year project that we're not done yet. We've broken this down by decades. What's the best movie of the decade? By the year.
I have a question.
Sure.
What do you actually do at work? Like,
That
do
is
you have a job?
That is a great question.
Do you do work?
I'm pretty good at time management, Bub, and as you know, organization and efficiency. So yes, I actually do have a real full-time job. In addition to all these other little crafty hobbies I have. I'm a crazy kid sometimes. Anyway, way off track. Got to talk about Abe Lincoln the Vampire Slayer, which is horrible, the North and the South, and our movie list. If any of you bastards want to see the movie list, let me know, although it's not complete yet, so I'm not sure. But you were actually one of the first to ever see it other than John and I, so congratulations to you. Anyway, let's talk about the Week 4 slated games that occurred here this past week. The game of the week that you announced, Bub, was Handy Quacks versus the Rockdalian Senators. Handy Quacks finally did what we all really kind of expected him to, and I'm sure he thought he would do, Coach Zach. And he puts up a huge amount of points, gets his first victory of the season, which is kind of weird here, but finally goes 1-3. He won 158 to 98. And Bub, what did you kind of take away from this game?
I think that's what was supposed to happen the whole year, and finally it did.
And it's kind of funny, I guess, the fact that if you look at his bench, Aaron Rodgers, he had a bye. Vincent Jackson, Stephen Ridley
was a second round.
Roddy White. So a pretty sick bench, and with all those guys on his bench, this is the week that he goes sick. And Phillip Rivers had a great game. So. And Coach Will, Jesus Christ, you've sucked all era. Seriously, all era. And now it looks like you're in the midst of yet another mediocre, possibly shitty season. And at this point, some of it's your fault, Will. I'm going to say it. Some of it's your fault. This wouldn't have mattered in this game, but, for example, starting Donnie Avery over Alshon Jeffrey, it's a swing of 20 points. That may come back to get you when it comes to tiebreakers and points and whatnot. Fuck Will. What's going on?
I think that's just Will. That's just Will.
Man, the next game was the Riverdale. I do want to point out that Zach had the most amount of points in the league, and
yes.
That's actually the 8th time he's done that in his franchise history. Actually, one more than you, Bub, and I think Zach's been in the league, a couple of years less than you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay. Riverdale, you're still amazed about the movie list. Look at you scrolling through it.
I am.
We broke this shit down into so many levels. Superhero movies,
movies.
epidemic movies.
We're not talking about movies.
Okay, I could go on. Trust me.
Yeah.
The Riverdale Scoopers and Soglo. I defeated Soglo. Obviously, I kind of looked at this as a little bit of an exhibition game.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't really too difficult.
Even though you almost lost.
I did almost lose, and I'd like to thank Coach Cavallari for starting Santana Moss over Greg Jennings. That actually made the difference in the matchup. So thank you, Coach Cavallari, for that. I go to 3-1. I won 110 to 97. Soglo drops to 2-2, and I don't know if anyone saw, but Brian and I had quite the Twitter battle going on last week, and he certainly probably won that little Twitter battle thanks to him quoting Sean Connery in The Rock, which I think, by the way, I ranked an 8 or 7.5.
Okay.
We can check on that later. But I won the game. So there it is. And then the Rapists beat the Brutal Deluxe 138 to 109. Coach John just still continuing on his winning ways, putting up a lot of points. Drew Brees going nuts again. This is actually the second week in a row that Drew Brees led the entire league in most fantasy points for all players. So Brutal drops down to 0-4. And Bub, what do you think? Do you think Brandon's going to be a seller? Is he now? Do you think he will be? What do you think's going on over there?
I think he's probably going to be trading his 2015 picks to try to improve, so he can just throw away 3 straight seasons, instead of 2. I think that's his plan.
The next game was the VIP on Swole against the Yellow Peril. This actually ended up being a very good game as far as being very close.
Can I hold on?
Sure. Yeah. Bob, don't even ask. Just interrupt. Go.
Did you notice anything looking at Jay Young's team?
Yes.
Do you notice anything maybe a little weird that catches your eye? Look at the whole starting lineup.
I did notice that he started 2 Ravens running
backs.
Which
you know how many
was
points?
Dumb.
You know how many points they got total?
1.
1 fucking point.
And Bub, guess who was on his bench who got 14